Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Amber Kelly, and yes, I am back. I know it's been a long time since I have done a tutorial, so I'm going to do a tutorial, just a quick update about my health. I did get my drains out, did not hurt at all, and I'm being very honest because I am a total scary cat, so it did not hurt. Um, I am 2 weeks post-op today. I'm gonna have my surgery on not May, but February the 4th, and I think today is the 18th or something like that. But um, I am fine. I'm just taking it one day at a time. Um, I wanted to film the vlogs because they took a little bit less energy. Um, Me doing tutorials is a lot on my back because I'm standing up and I don't have the best chair, so yeah. But yeah, so today I am going to be doing should I tell you now or should you wait? Hmm, I'll go ahead and tell you now. I'm going to do a messy bun hat. I know I did one a while back that was very old, so I want to spruce my channel up a little bit. So I'm going to be doing a messy bun hat. I'm going to show you from start to finish. The yarn that I will be using, um, I don't have the wrapping to it, but I think it's a red heart yarn. I don't know. The color I'm going to be using will be yellow because um, as you all know, I suffer from endometriosis. So, March is Endometriosis Awareness Month, and I have something going on. So, what I'm asking everybody is that if you could donate Burnett, Burnett yarn, 100% cotton yarn, and scrubby. Those three types of yarn in yellow, if you can, or you can Cash App, you can PayPal, and I will go get it, which I have already done. Somebody sent a monetary donation, and I just ordered it off of Amazon, and it came here. And this is a product of what I made, and I will also be making more of these. So this is a yellow and this. So I did do that. So yeah, so like I said, just look down in the description, and it will tell you everything you need to know. And yeah, and just also when you comment down below hashtag Warrior Squad with a yellow heart. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip this camera over, and I'm going to explain to you the materials that you will need. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to go through the things that you will need. So I am working with 4 wasted weight yarn. So both of these are number 4. This one is a little bit brighter than this one. Like I said, I do not have the wrappings to this, but they're both yellow. And like I said, this is March is Endometriosis Awareness Month, and I just wanted to make sure I had some type of yellow hat. Um, yeah, so you will need 2 of those, or like I said in previous videos, you can use the inside here, and then you can also use the outside if you don't want 2 skeins of yarn out. Okay, so you need that. You will need some scissors. You will need your looming hook. You will need your tape measure. You will need a row counter. You will need your loom. Now, depending on who you are making the hat for, um, it really depends on the stitch that you're going to use. Um, Look out for the video. I will go through and explain the different sizes with the looms, but this one is a 41 peg loom, and this one will be for an adult. Okay, so I will make a video explaining the different sizes. You will need one of the following. Now, I got these from Walmart. These were 98 cents. I think this was $1 and some change, but they have two different sizes. So you have 1/8 and 1/4. This is what the 1/4 looks like, and this one is 1/4 as well. And their bows, yeah, they're braided, so yeah, they're the same. So this is what 1/4 looks like. Now, I say, according to, if you want to actually keep the hat for a longer time, and also if somebody has thicker hair, then 1/4 works better with thicker hair. Now, you could probably get away with a 1/8 with someone that has thinner hair, that doesn't have, you know, just like a thick bulk of hair. You probably can get away with this, but definitely with thick hair, 1/4. Okay, so you will need those things. So like I said, if you have these things that I just went through, then you are ready to do you a messy bun hat. And also, what I am going to do is I'm actually going to use a knitting and knit one, purl one. Either knit one or purl one, or knit two, purl two. That'll probably go back quicker. So I'll do the knit two, purl two. So you will need some stitch markers, and I'm going to go and grab my stitch markers, and I'm going to go ahead and place them on here. So let me go get my stitch markers, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have all of the stitch markers. Now, there are 3 different types of stitch markers, and I will show you. You have the paper clip type of stitch markers, and then you also have the little rubber kind of rubber band stitch markers, and then you also have these stitch markers, which those came from, I think, Hobby Lobby. Now, I do make stitch markers. These are for the knitting needles, so these don't necessarily fit the loom, but they do, if you needle knit, they do fit the needle knitting situation. So yeah, so I'm going to try to use these. I don't know if I have enough of these. I have to find out where I can get some. I probably can get some on Amazon, and I'll look, and if I find the link for them, I will leave them on in the description. But I do want to use this one. So like I said, with this being a 41 peg loom, you know, you have your little knot right here. I call it a knot, but you know, whatever. I'm going to use this one. So you knit one, and what I'm going to do is knit two, purl two, because again, it will go back quicker. And I don't want my first video back doing tutorials to be all long and drawn out. Okay, so yeah, like I said, as you can see, so knitting these two, I'm going to purl these two, knitting these two, skip, and then slide that on there. So yeah, as you can see, I have been doing my vlogs where I have been sharing with you all my endometriosis journey. And like I said, I hope you all enjoyed my vlogging, but a sister has to get back to making some tutorials because I don't want to get rusty. So we're gonna skip that too. And I might have enough. And these right here, they do open up, so you can always, and I think I tore this one up, but you just snap it, just snap it back together like this, like it opens and closes. So those on there, we're gonna skip. I have to get these two together. And this is the result of having too many stitch markers, or should have had my stitch markers out and ready. Skip those two. I don't think I'm gonna have enough, so I'm going to have to use my paper clip. I had way more than this, but I have lost some along the way, so we skip those two. Put two right here. Yep. Dang it. Okay, we're not gonna fret. So now I'm going to use these. Now these will probably pop open. You kind of have to watch how you put them on there so they don't pop open, but that's normally how it goes. So I'm gonna put two right there. We're gonna skip these two, put two more right here. I'm trying to find some that are already closed up. Okay, so then you have this. So I'm knitting these two, and then you have these three. These three right here, I'm going to purl, because these are knitting, these two right here, then I already have a stitch marker on this one, so that means I would have to knit this one 3 in a row. I don't really want to do that. Or I could, because I'm knitting these two, purl, knit, purl. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to knit. And you don't necessarily have to do it this way. You could easily just purl all 3 of these and just go back to knitting. But that is how I have that set up. So we're going to go over it. Knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. Okay, so we have the yarn out. We have our loom right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see if I could pull from the middle. Yes, just because it's less messy. Pulled it from the middle, and I'm going to see if I can pull the other side from the middle. And I can. So I pulled both from the middle. Now, if this is your first time watching me, you should know that I like to crochet cast on. That is the only stitch that I like. I don't know why, but I like it. Okay, so like I said, you want to make I use 2 of my fingers. You want to make your slip knot and kind of make it a little bit longer. So about that long. So you want to make your slip knot. You want to put your finger right here. Leave that one finger right there and this other finger on top of that. Bring your 2 fingers right here. Grab that piece and pull. This is what you should have. You should have 2 holes here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here where this one is. When I start right here, this is how I know where my starter peg is, because I never want to start right here. I always start right here. For me, that's personal preference. You do not have to do that. I want my trying to do this to where it'll act right. Okay. So what I want to do, like I said, because I'm starting right here, so what I want to do is I want to put that hole on top, and the shorter piece of yarn needs to be on the inside of the peg of the loom. So I want to hold that and kind of pull it just a little bit, kind of tie it down on there a little bit, and then I want to grab the yarn, take the loop, go behind it, and I want to grab and pull. And then I want to go on the other side of here and grab the smaller piece of yarn and pull it down. Go behind it. And I'm just going to grab and pull. Okay, so what you saw me do, I went all the way around. You do not count this as a row. I never count my cast on as a row. So with here, what you see me do is I had to pull my working yarn behind here so it could fall on this side, and then put the loop on here. I did it the backwards way. But as a matter of fact, I'll take it off so you can see. Okay, so like I said, initially when you get ready to put it on here, it's going to be hanging on this side, so you need to put it behind that peg, and then you put your 2 loops on here, and then you pull. Okay, and that is how you do that. So if you made it to this point, then you're ready. So like I said, we're going to do knit 2, purl 2, with the exception of right here where there's only one in between. Okay, so get yourselves together, then we're going to get started. Okay, so I am back. So we have done officially 26 rows. Now, what I will say is that you could give a take on the rows, but I will be using this for my head as well. And I am just that person. I like my um, brims to be a little bit wider, because with a wider brim, it also works as a ear warmer. So this is what it looks like so far. And now it is time to cast off. And again, because my hair is a little bit thicker, and also I am dreading my hair, so eventually my hair will get super thick. So I'm going to use this 1/4 of a elastic band. And also I did want to let you know, you can either do this with a crochet hook, or you could do this with a tapestry needle. I like to do it with a tapestry needle. It just works out better for me. But whatever you feel comfortable with, then do that. Okay? So like I said, we followed the pattern all the way around. So I'm going to E-wrap all the way around. And for me, the E-wrap works as a kind of like a sealant. It's just to close stuff off. Just because, like I said, you have those pearls where it's kind of open. I just want everything to be the same. So like I said, I'm just going to E-wrap all the way around. And if you have not heard me say before in previous videos, I only E-wrap a few at a time. I know the big YouTubers tell you to wrap them all at once, but unless you just like having that laddering effect, and unless you just want to go back and fix that laddering effect, then by all means do what works for you. But for me, just to avoid all of that, I wrap a few at a time. So now what I want to do is I actually want to go ahead and cut the yarn, but I also want to make sure that I got enough to go all the way around. So this part, I do go around the loom, and you could go around the loom 1 or 2 times, whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm going to go around 1.5 times, just to make sure that nothing falls apart and I have enough wiggle room, because the last thing you want to do is cut it off and you don't have enough to work with. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take this out of the pack. Again, I do have essential trimmers, so if you see me shaking, I'm not nervous. That's just what I do. Okay? And before I take, well, I can't even get this open. Okay. Before I take this off of the loom, I want to go ahead and loop this around so I could just take all of it off at the same time. Works way better for me. So this is how thick it is. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and put this tapestry needle. You can get these at all of your craft stores. I got mine at Joann's. I'm pretty sure Michaels has them. So what I'm doing is I'm just going under and I'm just feeding it through. That's it. And technically, go ahead and start removing these just so it'll be easier on me. And when I take these off, I leave the last one on just so I can have some kind of control over what is going on. Okay, so now that we have it off the loom, you kind of want to straighten this up. To make it as straight as possible, I'm just going to cut some of this excess off because I'm not going to need all of this. But I do need this to, I'm trying to eliminate as much extra stuff that I can. And this working yarn I'm going to keep. But like I said, you just grab these two pieces and you're just going to kind of, yeah, just kind of work it to where it's kind of straightened out a little bit. And And then also with this being bunched up like this, it's actually not going to matter because like now. So you can't even see the elastic unless you do that to put it on your head. And then even then when we go back and weave this through here, you still won't be able to see much of that. So like I said, just pull it to where it is enough to get hair through there. So I'm going to say probably about here, and that allows a nice decent amount of hair to go through here. And then also too, you still want to make sure that you put that you have enough elastic on here, because when you go back to sew this through here, it's going to kind of tighten it up just a little bit. So you don't want it to be extremely tight. You still want it to be loose enough to where it can grab whoever's hair that it is supposed to fit. So I'm going to cut this off about right here, and I'm actually going to tie this it in a knot, a couple of knots, just to make sure that she does not go anywhere. And then I can always disguise that, or you can even cut this off. Let me see if I could. Yeah. So it's on there super good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually see if I can tie some more knots, because I cut it too short. I probably shouldn't have cut it so short, but it is what it is. So like I said, I'm going to snip the ends. Again, when you are sewing your working yarn through there, it will cover up all of that. So what you want to do is you just want to go around in a circle, and literally just go around in a circle until you are comfortable with what's going on. And like I said, this right here, this is going to be covered because that. And then you want to make sure that it is covered. So I'm putting that yarn on top of that, and I'm just going all the way around inside the loop. I'm not grabbing the elastic. I just want this to go all the way around, just to make sure that everything is uniform across. And like I said, people have plenty of different ways of how to do this, but I'm just showing you what works for me and how I do my messy bun hats. I am a talker, so I like to explain the instructions and also what I am doing, just because I hear and I see a lot of the times that people complain about when people do videos, they do them too fast, or they don't give enough explanations about what is going on. And I have seen some videos like that, like, sis, calm down, do the instructions so I can get it. And like I said, what I like to do is I like to talk. I like to give you what is going to work, explain my steps, because the last thing you want to do is have a public platform and then have people confused about what you do. Like I don't want anybody to ever be confused about what tutorials I do at all. So, and like I said, there she goes. Now this is on the inside. Now like I said, you can snip down as low as you can, but if that bothers you, you can always do it like that, or you can even go back over it with this working yarn, or you can go back around. I'm not going to go back around just because I don't want the yarn, I don't want the elastic to get too tight. But like I said, you just have to work with it. And yeah, so I'm going to cut this down just a smidget more because it's trying to show out. Okay. And like I said, it's not going anywhere because you have the yarn there. So I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to grab one end, and I'm going to put it through this this thingy. I'm having a mom brain moment. And I'm just going to put it right there, and I'm actually just going to again tie it in the knot. Again, you will not be able to see this, and in any form, nobody should be this close to your head to where they can see that knot. And then like I said, your hair is going to cover it anyway, but you can also perfect this to your liking. Okay, so I'm just going to put the yarn through here on the inside and bring it down, and then I can go back and cut that later. But it looks like a regular hat. It does not even look like a MessyBun hat. Like I said, the brim is 40 rows, so you can get away with doing anywhere between 20 to 30 rows. I did 40. Like I said, I like for my ears to be covered as well, so I like a thicker brim. This you would do, let's see, 26 rows. Now you can cut this down by 6 rows and just do 20 rows. However, like I say, everybody's head is not shaped the same. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this on my mannequin head, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like on the mannequin head. So stay tuned. Alright, so this is what we have so far. And like I said, it goes to about right there. So that is the brim. That is the body of the hat. And this is where the hold is. So you can't tell that elastic is right here. Like, let me try to turn this around. So you can't tell the elastic is right there. That is the rubber band that has the hair in holding into a ponytail. But this is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all enjoyed. Sorry for the mess in the background, but I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Please do not be afraid to share this tutorial with your other fiber arts friends. Also, please go ahead and don't be afraid to follow me on Instagram and also on Facebook as well. And this is going towards the endometriosis awareness. So if you have not been looking at my community tabs, please go ahead and watch the community tabs. There is a little benefit going on or whatever. If you can support it, then go ahead and do so. But yeah, so this is the MessyBunHat tutorial for 2020. All right. All right, y'all. See you later.